This is Dan Dix here reporting for Press for Truth, and remember last year when I released this bombshell video report on Canada's hidden horror, where I exposed the fact that late-term abortions were indeed happening and that many of them were not for serious medical conditions, but rather they were due to inconvenience? And then remember last month where I did a video on the baby trade horror and how commissioning parents demanded an abortion over 2 missing fingers. A surrogate mother was ordered to abort her 3rd trimester baby simply because it was missing 2 fingers. The commissioning parents treated the child like a defective product and threatened to sue her if she didn't kill it. Well, if you thought Canada's so-called healthcare system couldn't get any darker, just wait until you hear this one, folks, because it's pure evil. 17 babies were born alive in 2025 and left to die in Alberta hospitals. This isn't a rumor, it's official Alberta Health Services policy, so it's time to act. 17 babies were born alive after late-term abortions, and they were left to die 17 times in 2025 alone. A child entered this world breathing, with their heart beating, and the so-called healthcare system turned its back with no resuscitation, no oxygen, and no intervention. The baby was just left to die. These weren't clumps of cells. These were living, breathing human beings. Legal persons, in fact, the second they entered this world. And that's under Section 223 of Canada's Criminal Code, where it says, a child becomes a human being within the meaning of this act when it has completely proceeded in a living state from the body of its mother. Think about that, guys. We are told that birth is the line. That's supposed to be the moment that everything changes. The moment that the child gets protected. But in Alberta, that line means nothing. 17 times last year, it meant nothing. And again, we're talking about human beings, legal persons under the law who were abandoned and left to die on the table. And the crazy part is, this isn't a failure of the system, because in reality, this is exactly how the system was designed. Policies like PS 92 and HCS 18301 set up a non-interventional approach before the child is even born. Birth doesn't reset the plan. It just means they die outside of the womb instead of inside.